Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today, let's have a few battle scenes in the KV-85, a little bit of a flashback into the so-called good old days, because this is a rather simple tank, and it has a little bit of armor, a little bit of mobility, and a glorious Russian Soviet 85mm gun. But there is one thing that kind of makes everything bad about this tank, like the 3 degrees of gun depression, the very bad turning capabilities, etc. Because this is a tank with a bucket full of bias. There it is. There is the bucket full of bias. Stalin's bucket. I don't know. But this is so cool about this tank. And it is this kind of little detail that really kind of made me go back and play this tank. Yeah, I remember that, back in the days there was something exciting about War Thunder when the tanks came out years and years ago. And it's a moving bucket at the end of the tank, you know, and I thought that was really cool. And it just showed the little love and detail that Gaijin devs put into their game. Those days have long been gone. It's just a high tier, expensive money grab in my opinion. That's just how it is. Deal with it or don't, I don't care. But this tank, well, you know what? Without further ado, let's hop into some battles and let's see what this tank can do and how fun it also can be. And the first battle scene is here on the abandoned factory map, and I obviously flanked the enemy through the middle. I want to actually surprise them from the rear, but hey, there is already a jumbo and we already take his gun breach. Sorry, that's just a reflex, you know, that's just how it is. So I tried out the upper frontal plate because APAG BC has a decent chance of going through, but I hit the lower mid plate, if you will, and there it doesn't go through. There is another British tank and we failed to penetrate him. That looks like a Comet. So I try now to shield myself from this Comet's 17 pounder or 77mm, but I get penned here anyway, sadly, and that's me being down to only 2 crew member. Now this is better, successful shielding. I ignore here the jumbo. And I'm just finishing off here the Comet. He doesn't try to facehug me, and he didn't use this time trying to repair or to escape. And now it's way too late to just run away, little friend. Good night, sweetheart. And that's already a double strike. And is that the dead Comet? No, that's another tank. He just freshly spawned and I bounced the shot, which is amazing. I didn't think that this is possible. That looks like an Avenger, and what the hell happened to this shot? And I bounce another shot. So angling works, at least with Russian tanks, and I bounce another shot, which is truly amazing. I'm ignoring here the SPA, binocular firing. Yep, there we go, Avenger down. And this is where I really hate not having a heavy machine gun. I get here the commander, so this is great. 1 out of 3 people is down, I need to just kill 1 of them. And so I hit the engine, because reasons. And that's a little bit painful, because now I'm in the open, I'm very much exposed since, you know, the beginning of the fight. I want to finish this guy off. Again, 3 degrees of gun depression, but I kill him, which is great. Now let's get into cover. Oh, there is the first enemy, it's an M6A1. And yeah, I just couldn't maneuver around the wreck, and that cost me dearly. But what a fight! And now we are on Italy, and I'm just pushing aggressively again, directly into A, which is about to get captured. I noticed that on my flank there was an M22 Locust, but that's not really a big problem. Unlike, yeah, this Cromwell, which I deleted on the move, first strike, and reclaim here the capture point. I have no smoke to hide, I have no heavy machine guns to blind the enemy, etc. I just have this fountain here to hide behind. And hello, don't mind me. Just, okay, casually hull breaking here on M18 Hellcat. And I noticed there another tank, so quickly angling. third person aim, we bounce the shot and kill the broadside jumbo, and then we get executed from the rear. Oh well, what a shame. But that was again quick fun, and we go on, and this is now Port Novorossiysk. Hello little sunshine, how are you today? And we cross map him. It's not really cross mapping, but you know, killing an M4A2 is always nice. 85mm gun, and then hello darling, are you ignoring my presence? Big mistake. And yeah, there we go for the very weak side plate behind the tracks of the M4A3 E2, aka the Jumbo. So now I'm really careful, because very often I screw up here trying to get here behind enemy lines. This is still very early battle, and look, I am again on the front line. I am pushing aggressively into the enemy, and I just try to get the best out of it. But I need to be careful. Okay, to my left I saw that tank, but I don't know if I can come up over the hill, get off the shot in time before he goes into cover, or somebody else is coming around the corner and sees me like on a silver plate. So this is why I hesitated here a little bit. Likewise, I hesitated to go around the corner because I knew there was a tank and I didn't know which was it, and now I know that's a Jumbo, so I tried to get his side, but the thing is, he does exactly the right movement, and I didn't want to fluff the shot. Now I have to shoot the engine to at least immobilize him, and then Soviet APAG BC shrapnels go through engine as well, comrade. So, okay, I take it. There is another tank, and this is again a very aggressive move of mine. I rotate my turret, I observe him, wait up until the point that he shoots again. At first I thought that it would be a Jumbo, so that was just a shot that I tried. And then I thought, well, there's something about the tracks that doesn't really fit up. And there is the Hellcat. So, one at a time. Again, this is very close to their spawn. It's not really spawn camping, but you know, people on the internet. This is why I love to hull break my Hellcats like I do. So remember that tank? I just want that guy. I just want to kill this guy. To have this corner freed, that would free up a lot of space for my entire team. And now I know that it is the M36, and with the 90mm he has a decent reload, but still not fast enough. At least it is longer than the Jumbo, which I first thought it would be, but you know, that would then be always kind of strange if he would kill them and reverse in time if the shot would bounce. So yeah, that's the ace, just like that. I just love it. This is fun for me. This is so much more relaxing than DS. Okay. So here, that's another situation. Look at where my team is, look where I am, and in theory I could have the back of the enemy team, or you know, could get some side shots or some shots in the back of the turret, but sadly there is none. And I see that this T-34-85 is dealing with something, but I just can't see it, and I want to kill it. And I don't know if this T-34-85 is in trouble, but it does look like it. And so, yeah, let's move on. He has killed a Jumbo, so let's move on. And let's inspect here the other capture point. And I saw for a brief moment here the M22 Locust. So yeah, let's just wait here for him. And that's an over-penetration if I've ever seen one. Okay, let's just blow this clown up. There we go. 6th kill. And now the question is, where should I go? Should I go around the corner? Should I stay here? Is somebody coming from the rear? And this is then where I just didn't look to the rear in time, and yeah, there was an M4A376. Now there is again another really nice battle of the Bucket of Doom, and this is kind of a very interesting situation. Again, look at the minimap, look how far I pull away from my team, and just going basically in a straight line. Yes, I know my tank is fully upgraded, yes I have the expert qualification, and my driver has the full crew skill as well, with support from the fully trained commander, but that kind of difference is because people maneuver too much when driving. And this is just something that you have to learn, that you then can intercept even Hellcats if they don't drive properly and they just maneuver too much. You don't believe me? Oh, let's just wait for a moment. There you can see the tank's horsepower to ton ratio is way below 15, and the top speed is also limited to 33, 34-ish. So you don't have the best mobility. But if you plan your route ahead, you can surprise the enemy. If they have to go through walls, if they have to run over trees, if they just have to also turn a lot, because or also go uphill for inclinations. So the spawn predetermines already the outcome quite a bit. And so we surprised this Hellcat. He has no idea that I'm here, and he thinks, haha, I'm fast. No, you're not faster than my bullet. Okay, that was bad. So again, nice hull braking. Sorry about this. And we just go up the slope. So I anticipate here to be another tank around. And again, this is why I look to the left, to the right, and I use my ears. Obviously, you cannot really see me using here my ears, but I'm always, as I say so often in my videos, listening carefully for engine sounds, and therefore I can realize that there is a tank around before I even can see him or he has a chance to see me. And so I see nothing and I waited, but then just in time to spot here a jumbo. He obviously has not seen me, and now my plan is to flank the jumbo. Attacking a jumbo head on is always very dangerous, even after the gun penetration changes, etc, etc. And even though I'm firing a PHE-BC round, which has a decent chance of going through the upper frontal glacis of a jumbo, play safe if there is a possibility for playing safe. Because very often I get killed in the most stupid way. And there you can see the effect of the 3 degrees of gun depression. Oh, that's painful. And he just stops, and this is good night, sweetheart. I just love this explosion mechanism of APHE shells of any sort. And are you just ignoring me, guys? This is rude, and this seems to be a cheat too late, right? Am I seeing this right, or is it a cheery? No, it was a cheat too late. Okay, 3rd kill. Just like that. Do you expect that those guys expected me here? I don't think so. And this is why, in the south where I normally go, in the pure desert area, the enemy team has captured A, but my team has captured B, and I did a fair share of work to secure it. Now the work or the fight for C is going on. And already there are planes in the air, and I just hate planes. I just cannot tell you how annoying they are. Again, I'm looking here for a very prominent position, while this, is serving me, or I'm serving myself on a silver plate, if anybody would look into this direction. I also am in a spot where the enemy doesn't expect me to be in, and so I might get the first shot off. And here again I'm maneuvering, and I try my best to just simply... Well, there is a big gap in front of me where there is no allied tank, and I cannot help my team here all the time. And I'm hearing something. Yeah, and I figure out that the tank is already passing this gap or has passed this gap, and so I can get in an easy shot in his back. And then I look to my left and oh boy, there is a Sharon, but hello. Okay, that's that works as well, I guess. And that there you can see the terrible, terrible turning even on the slight slope. This is awful. This is really awful. Where then the tracks seem to have no traction at all, but both tracks then have full traction. It is disgusting to drive like this. This is very risky, and now the enemy is decapping B. But there are still the traces of the tracks in the sand, if you will, and so I know exactly where the enemy is, and they absolutely don't expect me here. The enemy has not shot me with even the machine gun, so I was never spotted, and hello little sunshine, good night little sunshine. And yeah, that was saving B from getting captured. But for a split second, I thought I would have seen the capturing process going on after the death of the Avenger. So I just tried to go around and look for an enemy tank that just might have driven out of the capture zone in trying to get into an ambush. So I tried to counter the ambush of a potential tank that might be there. But I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. May the bias bucket be with us. Yep, as you can see nothing. Oh, I got hit. I have no idea from where or by what or by whom, or I don't care. So let's drive into safety, let's drive into the cap. And I am looking for this little gap here, and I am reversing into it. Now this is not a very safe spot, I have to say, and this position is known. You can shoot through this wall. I have limited firing angles. The enemy could come from two different directions, but it's better than nothing. And as you could see, standing in the open is also not the best solution, as this Avenger previously demonstrated. So let's just move on, and let's hope that I don't get sniped here, because there are so many houses and palm trees in the way that I don't have very good vision on the enemy. And finally, I think I have to help out on C. The problem is, then B is completely unprotected. So if you look at the minimap, I have no idea what to do right now. My team is scattered all over the place. Currently we are in possession of both capture zones, and that is really great. So now let's move on. Let's have a look at all the sniper ridge lines and all the positions. That was a fabulous bomb drop, at least from my perspective. And another idea is to, well, vanish here in the darkness of the shade of this big tree, at least for air cover. And there I'm thinking about it. I saw previously a tank on the minimap being pinged like a minute ago, and this would be a very, very great ambush position. I have here a skin that lets me melt within those stones. So visually wise, yeah. But I don't see any enemy, and my team, well, they're already opening up multiple angles of attack on C. Let's see what's around there. Hey, hello there. And that is the Cheeto down. Good stuff right there. And again, I have no idea what to do. Is there really so much resistance on C that my team doesn't try to engage here the enemy? What should I do? Should I go wide? Should I go directly into it? Are they just dragging their feet for, you know, no reason at all. This is always, I don't even know what my team is doing, where the problem is, and why they are hesitating. So if you have a standoff with a tank and you just try to figure out what to do, mark him on the map. Let your team know in chat what's going on. Here I expected the tank to go around that corner, so I prepared this ambush. Looks really cool, to be honest. Now my team is also decapping C. But there was an M24 that killed one of our tanks. Again, here as I said, I mark here the map with the standoff. And the other one is now it's apparent why he dragged his feet. And as I anticipated, B gets decapped. So let's have a look at what this tank is doing. There he is. Well, there is not much that I can do, can I? Something shot me, and I'm not quite sure if I've overlooked him, but this M24 is dead. And I bounced also the second shot, which was very lucky. And this tank is down as well. So 7 kills already, which is really, really nice. And now I have the plan to go around C. So to attack C from the unexpected flank. And hopefully I can clean up some more tanks. So we still have A. Tickets are still ticking down for the enemy team. They have to do something. They have to attack one of the capture points. My team is converging on B. Now A gets decapped. So we know where at least one of the enemies is. And well, another enemy seemed to have killed another tank. So now there is some action going on. B gets captured. This is really tough. Those are the late games where there is a lot of tension, where there is a lot of excitement, and you really have to plan ahead, and every single death counts. Or every kill counts. So one tank is in C. Planes are coming in. They missed on the Panzer IV-H, but he got damaged before the bombs even got dropped. That's interesting. So let's have a look. What about the planes? Yeah. That was a close miss. And then I can hide here in the rocket splashes. The Panzer IV is looking here down through the bridge. And now I see what he shot. Now I need to get into a good position. Again, 3 degrees of gun depression. That's tough. And then I saw this tank here to appear just a touch too late. And before I could pull the trigger, my gun breach and my gunner are down. I tried to reverse, but the terrible speed before the turn was not enough. And so I got killed by the Sherman Firefly. And yeah, that was now a bitter pill to take. And yeah, that's also my video on the Russian KV-85. It is still fun, it is still effective, and may the bucket always be with you. Having said this, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, give it, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies, on the waves, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.